والصلاة والسلام على نبينا محمد وعلى آله وصحبه وسلم أما بعد. To continue in our study of the book of Imam Al-Shinqitee rahimahullah, Islam, the perfectly complete religion. Last week we covered the social conditions of the society. As we mentioned, today we'll cover the economy. Now, the economy, which he discusses here, we'll read through it quickly since we want to spend more time on the next book. He says the Quran has laid out the foundations of economics. All aspects of economics fall under these foundations. Now, before we start, what is economics? It's basically the production, the consumption, and the spending of wealth. So how you basically attain that wealth and how you spend it. It's called economics. The general sense, basic form of explaining this economics. This is how the non-Muslims also describe it as. So he says this is because these aspects all revolve around two basic concepts. That economics, they revolve around two basic concepts. The first being the proper perspective of making money. The proper perspective of making money. Meaning making money through halal means only. Making money only through halal means. The second one, a proper perspective in spending it in the right channels. Meaning spending that money which Allah blessed you with in the halal means, not in haram. So he says, so look at how Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has opened up in His book, the Quran, ways to make money in appropriate ways to both honor and religion. So here, he says that Allah says in the Quran, in that which is translated to mean, so when the prayer is finished, and this is what the brother read in Maghrib, so when the prayer is finished, spread out through the earth and seek Allah's wealth. And remember Allah a lot so that you may be successful. Another ayah, and others going out through the land seeking from Allah's wealth. Another ayah, there is no sin upon you in seeking wealth from your Lord. Another one, except in it being a business transaction based on mutual satisfaction. And Allah has made business halal. Another ayah, therefore eat from what you have earned of war spoils, halal and good. So these are the ways, some of the ayahs explaining on how to attain wealth. Meaning, you don't just sit at home and expect wealth to come to you. You have to go and strive to attain wealth. You can find a job, or you do certain business transactions. You do certain things to attain this wealth. So by attaining that wealth, Allah clarified in the Quran, the Sunnah of the Prophet ﷺ, how to attain that wealth. There's halal ways to attain that wealth. Not every single way wealth is attained is halal. Not every single job is halal. So Allah and His Rasul ﷺ clarified ways to attain that wealth, which shows the completeness of this religion. Even that aspect was not left off. In that aspect, as many people say, oh, this is a business dealing, it has nothing to do with religion. No, it has something to do with religion. Because a way to attain wealth has to be by halal means. So Allah and His Rasul clarified those means, showing the completeness of this religion, that nothing is left out of it. Now, the next part, Allah also commands moderateness in spending. So this is the second part of economics, meaning how to spend that wealth. He commands that you be moderate. Allah says, the translation to mean, and do not make your hand chained to your neck, and do not spread it out all the way. Do not be very miser. In a sense, you don't spend nothing. Do not be so miser, you don't spend nothing. But also do not be another extreme where you spend everything. You start spending on stuff you don't even need, unnecessary things. You buy this, you buy that, you don't even need it. You have maybe 3 couches in the house, and you're just a single person. You don't need that stuff. So it's not, you don't go excessive and extreme in it, but also you do not go to another extreme where you don't spend it all. Because in order for the economy to run, people have to spend money. If everyone just put their money in their pocket, no one went to the store to buy anything, the economy will run. So Allah clarified that in the Quran. And those who when they spend are not excessive nor stingy, and are in their spending between that and caretaking. And they ask you how much should they spend. Now Shaykh Salih Al-Fawzan, may Allah preserve him, he said that the two major sicknesses people have in regards to wealth, in regards to their spending, is al-bukhl, being very miser, meaning that he does not want to spend what Allah gave him. He doesn't want to give anything. He doesn't want to give in charity, he doesn't want to spend it. He just wants to have that money to himself. And the second one is ash-shuh. And that is that he's miser, he doesn't want to spend it, but he also looks at other people's hands. Meaning he saves his wealth, doesn't want to spend it, but he looks at the other people. Oh, that guy has this much money, and this guy has that much money, I want this much money. That much. So he keeps looking at other people's wealth as well. So these two are big diseases in regards to people who have wealth. One is that they don't spend, and the second one is that they don't spend, but they also look at other people's hands. What they have in their hands. And then he says, then look at how Allah prohibits spending on what is not lawful. They will spend it, their wealth, but then it will be upon them grief and regret, and then they will be overwhelmed and conquered. So the way one benefits by the wealth that Allah Azza wa Jal bestows upon him is one, that he attains in halal ways, and secondly, he spends it in halal ways. So if you're to spend in haram means and haram channels, then that will become what? A sin upon you. And that sin will come upon you on the Day of Judgment. You'll get punished if you never sought forgiveness, or Allah didn't want to forgive you. So a Muslim must know that from the completeness of the religion of Islam is that Allah did not leave this to us without mentioning in the Quran and the Sunnah. Allah clarified certain ways on how to make money and how to spend it. You cannot cheat people, and stuff like those things where you cannot cheat people. You cannot certain aspects which the money is deemed haram that you attain. And you cannot also spend it in anything you want. You cannot waste money. It's haram to waste money. So, like the Prophet ﷺ said, that Allah dislikes for you three things, meaning three things haram. And from them, وَإِضَاعَةِ الْمَالِ, wasting wealth. It's not allowed in Islam. So a Muslim must learn these different means of how to attain the wealth. So his wealth is halal, and he eats from halal. And from eating halal is that Allah is a means for Allah answering your dua. And from eating haram is a means for Allah not answering your dua. That's going to the hadith of the Prophet ﷺ. So one should learn these different means of how to attain and how to spend his wealth. And for that reason, the Shaykh mentioned here that from the completeness of the Islam, or the religion of Al-Islam, is that Allah also mentioned this aspect in the Quran and the Sunnah, and did not leave it off. So this shows that Islam is a religion, as we mentioned three things about it. It's a shamil, it's all-inclusive, includes everything that you need. It's al-kamil, it's complete. It's a complete religion. And al-biqa, the religion of Islam will basically stay until the Day of Judgment. When it's everlasting. So thus, due to it being shamil, includes all of these matters as well. And so we'll stop with that for this book for now. And next week he'll discuss the issue of politics. Next week he'll discuss the issue of politics, which many people, they make mistakes in. So we'll discuss that next week. If there's any question, we'll take it off. Now we'll go to the next book, inshallah. Any question regarding this subject? Al-Bukhl. Al-Shuh. Al-Bukhl is to what? He's stingy, he doesn't want to spend it all. He just wants to hold the money to himself. And Al-Shuh, he wants to hold on to somebody. He looks at other people's wealth too. He's a greedy guy too at the same time. So he has money in his pocket, he wants to hold it, but he's also greedy. He wants that guy's money too. So that's Al-Shuh. And those two are big diseases. Also, another disease is also overspending. Some people have a problem. They overspend. A shirt, you might spend $10,000 on one shirt. Some of these shirts nowadays, they're $10,000 on one shirt. He wears it one time, he doesn't want to wear it again. It's not necessary that you have a $10,000 shirt. If something spills on it, you throw it away. You throw away $10,000. So some people have disease, and that's why it's important for Muslims to learn these things as well. And it's part of our religion to learn how to attain and spend wealth as well. So we'll stop with that for now. We'll go to the next class, inshallah.